Your 30s aren't about having everything figured out. For me, it's been more so unlearning things that I thought were true. Things that I've picked up consciously, unconsciously via social media, family, work, society in general, just all the different places that we interact and the different spheres we interact in. I've realized over the past few years, I've really started to question my assumptions, beliefs, and values to see, are these truly my values and beliefs, or is it just something that I just picked up along the way? So here I'm going to be sharing in this video things that I'm unlearning and then some things that I'm actually relearning that maybe I just forgot somehow and I'm just rediscovering them. So let's start off with the things that I am unlearning. The first one is that life follows a universal timeline. It does not. I'm unlearning the pressure to hit certain milestones on time, whatever that means. And there is no master schedule I'm behind on. Many times when I talk with either friends or colleagues, we talk about, oh, I thought I should have been doing this by now, or I feel so behind. No one ever feels that they're in the right spot or caught up, I see. And there is no prize for rushing. My life doesn't need to mirror anyone else's to be valid or meaningful. The right timing is just the one that aligns with who I am now, not who I am expected to be. And also, I would say just unlearning that right now I'm realizing that just the space that I occupy, I really don't know a lot about the world. I mean, you live in this little pocket of the world and you realize there's so many other ways to live, so many other ways to thrive. And for me, realizing that I may not be on a specific timeline that I thought that I would be on growing up, it allows me a bit more flexibility to, again, redefine my success, but then also figure out, again, what is it that I truly want and what really aligns with my life. The second thing that I'm unlearning is that saying yes creates opportunity. There's an asterisk there because maybe when you're younger and when you're just starting off in either a career or school or anything in that nature, perhaps, yes, it does help you along the way. But at a certain point, I do think there are diminishing returns when it comes to keep saying yes. But I'm unlearning the idea that access comes from overextension. That's what it ends up getting you. You keep saying yes, 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 and yes. You're going to be overextended, stressed out, eventually burnt out. And it's earlier on, again, saying yes helps you build experience and visibility. But there gets to a point where you want to get more into alignment and figuring out what lane do I want to stay in? What do I thrive on? What sustains me? And saying no, it truly creates space for better work, deeper rest, and truer relationships. And the last thing I'm learning right now, I've said it in a couple of previous videos, but that productivity equals value. I'm unlearning the belief that my worth is tied to output, that rest needs to be earned. I used to have a toxic mentality saying, okay, I'm not going to go to sleep until I get these things done. And it'll be 2 a.m. and I'll have to get up in 3 or 4 hours for work. And it just was a vicious cycle. And slowing down is not a moral failure. Productivity is a tool, not an identity. And it was never meant to be the measure of a human life. Rest is very productive. It restores your nervous system, sharpens your thinking, and allows creativity to bloom. And it's not wasted time. It's something that we truly need, and it's the foundation that everything stands upon. That being said, moving on to things that I'm actually relearning now. One is that my wants matter even when they're quiet. In this time and space that we're in, there's so much need, there's so much suffering, so much, many people are going without. And it's just relearning how to listen to my own desires without immediately filtering them through either logic, obligation, or practicality, or even thinking like, okay, your wants and needs may be first world problems, and then shoveling them down and not really expressing those things. Not every want needs to be explained or justified. Some wants are just simply information about what, in this case, I was thinking, again, thinking about my life, even wanting to live abroad part-time. I'm like, girl, in this time and space with the recession indicators and all these different things going on, that's really something that you're going to be thinking about right now when there's so much other things going on in the world. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still something I really want to do. So that's for another video. But again, some want to just simply information about what your life is asking for next. And it's okay. Even in a world that we're currently in, it's okay to still want things. The second thing that I am relearning is that learning happens through doing. And this is probably one of the biggest takeaways in this video, at least for me. I'm relearning that I don't need to master something before I try it. The most meaningful lessons truly comes from being in motion, from experimenting, adjusting, and learning in real time. Progress is built in the process, not before it. And a perfect way that this is manifested in my life is this very YouTube channel. If you ask any of my friends, I have been saying for the past 2 to 3 years that I wanted to start a YouTube channel. They probably got sick of me talking about it and not being about it. So they're just politely nod and say, yeah, one day you'll get there. And they probably just dismissed me anytime I brought it up. I took all the courses, I watched all the videos, and just in December, I think I just finally just had it. I was done with every year. I would write that down on my resolutions list to start my YouTube channel. And for 3 years, I didn't want to write it down for a fourth time this year. So it was like, no, you're starting it before the year ends and we're done with it. So we were just going to continue on. And I took the leap. And I will say the first couple of videos were absolutely nerve wracking, but it became a point, or I got to a point rather, where I don't need to have it all figured out before I begin. Some of the things I've been learning, I would never have learned it if I didn't just leap into it and just start. So that's one thing that waiting until I feel ready often keeps me frozen. I realize that not just with that YouTube channel, but with anything else in my life. There's a couple other things like living abroad part-time. One of those things, I think I'm just going to have to leap into that. I've done all the research, I've done all the things. Again, a video coming on that soon, but you just gotta leap into it and learn and fake it until you make it, basically. The third thing that I am relearning is that joy is a valid compass. And what that means is that many times when we think about success or we think about what we should do, we think in terms of like, oh, I should take this job because it pays more money, or I should do this because it does that. Joy is a valid measuring stick to figure out whether or not you should do something. It's not all about the money. It's not all about the title. It isn't about necessarily the opportunities. But if it brings you joy, do it. That could literally be the only reason for doing it. The things that light me up, reading, creating, exploring, being curious, those things aren't distractions. They're signals. Joy, at least for me, it points me towards things that feel alive and sustainable that I want to incorporate more into my life. And lastly, this is a very good one that I've kind of am beginning to come into now, is that a life can be successful and soft. You don't have to hustle, but you can still have a successful life. I'm relearning that ambition doesn't have to be sharp-edged. It doesn't have to be just sporadic, but rather a life can be intentional and impactful and gentle at the same time. Sustainability, at least in this point of my life, is not a compromise. It's a wiser form of success. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments, what's one belief that you're unlearning in this season of your life? If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. My name is Moni, and I am creating videos for those who are looking for balance, for alignment, to realize the life of their dreams. And if you enjoy this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe. I make videos every single day. Tomorrow will be from a different location. It'll be a very interesting topic. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.